Star Heroes Season 2, find out what's new. Find out what's up. And where it's up. Jesus Christ. Jesus Martinez.
Whoa, yo, relax. Yo, we're all inclusive here in Web3, okay? What's new? What's new is the fact that every single Polish player has taught me how to absolutely dominate on every crypto game. I met them in Star Heroes. I met them on 9 Heroes. We're absolutely clapping in every single crypto game. And it all started right here. I remember hearing about Star Heroes. Vito was just ranting, brain rotting on a Google Meet call. He was talking about League of Legends. I was League Challenger, so it really just called to me. I go, okay, so what about Star Heroes? And he goes, if you're a tryhard and you want to get big prize pool, you come and you play Star Heroes. And that's exactly what I did. And that game had an insane launch. I mean, I was like venting in Mario in the Fall. So yeah, it's time for season 2. It's time for the resurgence. That's what it's time for.
And this is why we're here, to actually tell you all what we have prepared for you in season 2. It's been a couple of months since we finished season 1, actually. It was back in July, so we had a whole holiday to develop and to plan the new strategy for the upcoming days. But before we dive into it, Slayer, what's up you, man? We met in real life in Krakow a couple of weeks ago, and I have to say it was hard.
It was hard. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, we had a good party in Krakow. It went. It was a fun night. Let's keep it on that. But yeah, I'm all.
Hey, no judge.
No judge. I'm all good, guys. I'm all good. Happy to be here again. Star Heroes, indeed. I've been playing quite a lot in season 1. So yeah, I'm looking forward to season 2. So tell me everything about it, Jacob.
Yeah, and finally, I'll say hello to Lucas, Professor, the chief brain, as you called him, Jesus.
He's got the gigabrain genes, just like me.
Yeah. He's a super smart badass. We were studying law together, by the way, for 5 years.
And I was studying better than him, obviously.
Better than him. And he decided to get into crypto randomly, huh?
Guys, there was one exam. There was one short exam when I was preparing like most of my life for it. It was like 1 week of grinding, and then I got 0 out of 10. Like it was a multiple test.
Don't say
and
that.
I was so basically, you could say I'm
for the record.
I remember.
It
was about these doctrines, right?
Yeah, but it was about some philosophies, and it was a multiple choice one, and you really had to understand it. And I was just learning by heart all of the schemes, like how to do it. And in the end, it doesn't work like that. You have to understand and not only repeat like cliches. But we're not here for that, because now you're gonna think that I'm a fucking retard.
You're doing a fucking course here.
I'm not a philosopher, that's for sure. But I'm the host.
Let's get into the alpha. Let's get into the alpha.
Let's go to the alphas, guys. We got a couple of points on the agenda. The first one is the introduction. Hello, that's me. That's you. The second point that we want to talk about is what the rewards are going to be in Star Heroes in Season 2. So in general, my take, maybe to start with, to open a little conversation. Play to airdrops, a fantastic method to acquire users. This is actually the advantage that Web3 gives us. We can acquire users, attract them to the project. But what happens afterwards? Another play to airdrop campaign over and over again with your token getting diluted? It ain't gonna work. Anyways, unless you're, I don't know, GTA 7. So recently we've been talking to many projects and games who were actually interested in working with us because they saw the successful launch. You could say right now, okay, the token is low, but it's not the only one, trust me. But they see what we did right, and it was the beta airdrop campaign. It was the launch of the token, one of the biggest ones in Q1, plus the game itself. And they said they are asking us for some kind of support. And we came up with this idea, guys. They need player base. They need access to the community of Star Heroes, which is a good couple of thousand of players that we had in Season 1. And we're also like a kid company. There is a parent company, and there's a subsidiary company of GameSwift, which is even a bigger community. And the idea is simple. We're gonna invite like the best of the best products every season. They're gonna provide their new tokens, and it's not just a token because we are picky about who we are working with. One thing, another one, it's crypto. So it's all about narratives that are changing every fucking 3 months. So right now it's this chain, then it's Tom, then it's another one, then it's Bera chain, and it changes like that. So maybe we could adjust our season length to the kind of the narrative length. And each season it's gonna try to hit what's the most sexy thing right now on the market, to find a good project, preferably a game with a token that's trending, something that can attract new players. And it's a little bit too long of an intro, so I'll just finish with this one. The idea was to make it a win-win. A win for our game because it brings new emotions, and people think, okay, let's fight for the token of this new gem. It's a win for this new project because they already have our access to our player base and experience and support. I can see your face expression right now, Jesus. I'm waiting for a good rant coming.
Yes.
So go on. And the third win is for Jesus Martinez because he can right now rant me.
You're taking the game Swift playbook. Let's be honest. And for me, it's like it feels like you're trying to become like an ecosystem play. You're trying to feed the degens, and I'm all for feeding degens. Listen, like that's all I do all day. I've got to say though, when it comes to emissions for play to earn games, the whole play to airdrop thing, obviously unsustainable. Pixels Online tried it. They went to a crazy FTV, like billions of dollars. He also took the Axie Infinity playbook. Some Ronin Network games ended up trying to do the same thing. But then they all fumbled. All of them fumbled. They had too many emissions. And when you guys had like that I think it was like $1.6 million price, but I was like, you guys are done. Like, once you give that out, what do you think is going to happen? People are going to take profit as they deservingly deserve to do. So you need Mr. Professore there to fix the tokenomics so that people get to sell their tokens, but over a course of time, that's going to be okay. We need to give a bigger utility case for the StarHeroes token, some kind of utility. So we go back to GameSwift and we say, okay, we do Launchpad. We have a bunch of connections in space. Let's go ahead and do it. You'll get some smaller Launchpads. At the end of the day, though, like we have to focus on user acquisition and making StarHeroes a stickier game. So I think a great question would kind of be like, other than, of course, tokenomics changes and everything in between, what are we doing to make StarHeroes great again? As spicy as the first airdrop without as big of an incentive.
Yeah, so we're gonna see, man, because from when it comes to the game itself and what it looks like, we're gonna have to, I will show you. Yeah, it's not a teaser, actually. I hope that he will jump right into the game to show you how it changed over time, and I really love it, especially the new map. But to make it sexy, that's a perfect question, man, because what makes Star Heroes sexy when you look at it as a game? What makes it different? It's not
competitive.
Regular. It's super competitive, and even if I'm not a competitive player, when I play it, I'm fucking sweating, and I'm really... it's too much to me, to be honest. But it's addictive. You get this sense of addiction when you play it. And this is something that, okay, in Web3, it's not that much of an asset unless there is a super financial incentive. We all know it. But then we really hope, and we get a lot of feedback from Web2 players that said, guys, this is something new, something fresh. Maybe it's not a AAA game that looks like whatever, but actually it's way more playable than Star Wars Battlefront, for example.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Slayer.
Yeah. So I got a question. It is a very sweaty game, StarHeroes, and I really enjoyed it in the first season. But after 2 weeks of grinding, I was playing every day. I played at least 3, 4, 5 games a day. Then I had a family trip. I came back on the Monday, and I was like 1,000 places down.
Fell off.
And that's when my motivation got killed. I stopped playing. So I'm just very curious, like, how are you going to fix that for the new season? Because I've seen a lot of players doing the same. Because after like a couple of weeks, you saw it getting less. So I'm curious, how are you guys going to fix that during this season?
Yeah, so first of all, it was a very long season 1 that we had. It lasted for a couple of months. And right now we have decided season 2 into 3 chapters, and each of the chapters are 3 week long, and then there is 1 week of break. And after each of the chapters, the rewards are distributed. So basically, we have 3 separate chapters where you can jump right into the fight. And Professor, are there any other mechanisms that actually help people join and catch up later over time within the season, during the
so
season?
definitely we've tried to improve this mechanism. So first of all, as you mentioned, we're introducing shorter period chapters, which enable new players to join the next chapter, which is just right after the previous one, with a separate prize pool. So this is the first thing. Another thing is that on top of the regular leaderboard, we also have a mastery type leaderboard. And this type of leaderboard is not based on a necessarily amount of hours you spend in game, but more on a skill that you put into the game. So this is something which promotes especially skilled players, esports players, let's say, very competitive ones, but not necessarily the ones who are the most active, because sometimes the best players are not necessarily the most active ones. So this is the next thing. So basically you can play great and you can still get some rewards for that. Another thing is that there is also a different pointing system. So right now there is a cap of points you can get daily. So this is also very important, but basically there's a limit which doesn't allow some players to go beyond this limit and get too high advantage over other players who particularly are not active during some days. So these are the mechanisms which are definitely now more attractive to the players which are let's say a little bit maybe less active and not necessarily super focused on grinding hard.
Yeah, more casual, instead, because I know a lot of players in community were grinding 8 to 12 hours a day during the first season. So it's good to hear that there's more focus on casual players, and I also like the break system. 3 weeks on and then a week pause and then another 3 weeks. So that sounds good.
Yeah, so on the one hand, we try to bring new emotions, so to say, new opportunities for the Web3 financial thing aspect and goals. So you got a new token, there's this speculation, and as I said, we're gonna pick those who are really promising. On the other hand, we're taking care of people who are gamers, more of the gamers within the Web3 landscape, but also within Web2. Because that's another point that I would like to talk about with you, that we have to use this uniqueness of StarHeroes, what makes it stand out, and really try to expand it, to break into Web2. I don't like this name, by the way, man. Web2.
Bro, it's just gaming. It's
just,
not that complicated.
It's not that complicated, but we stick to it, and then you have to be careful. Imagine.
Yeah, we're deranged.
You don't have to
okay.
imagine.
It's normal. Don't worry about it.
It's normal. Any takes on this one?
I mean, yeah,
Can I call
I'm
Jesus
a
or
hyper-competitive
Jesus?
player. Jesus. I'm a hyper-competitive player, so I've always been in the mindset that, if a game is punishing people for playing it, that's counterintuitive. Let the guy grind. If he wants to play 16 hours a day, slave away, not take a shower for 3 days, I don't see a problem with that. I did that when I hit League Challenger. That's the only way that you become rank 1, by becoming delusional and losing the mental health. But it's okay, you'll recover it later on with the glory and honor of your brethren's praising you and your virtual rank online. So, in terms of, catering toward more casual players, it's not really what the game is supposed to be. That's kind of an identity crisis. It's supposed to be that hyper-competitive game. There's nothing wrong with that. I know that Ronin, for example, they were trying to launch a game. It was called Hyperion. They launched a token and everything. I don't know how they're doing, but I like the fact that the game was hyper-competitive. They got some guy from Team Liquid on there, and that's exactly what you need to do, with a bunch of esports players from your specific demographic regions. You've got to lead into that. We need a role model. We need someone that's passionate about this thing to lead it forward. It's not about punishing people for playing the game. It's about just letting people do what they want of course, having diminishing returns over time and a DK system. There's a reason League has it. There's a reason CSGO has it. We need to force people that are up at the top echelons to play the game so that we continue to have that role model to look forward to. If you don't have a guy at the top that's leading his troops into battle, what's the point? What's the point of everybody below? They're not going to have anybody to praise. So I'm a little bit conflicted on that, but I definitely think that there is somewhat reason for limiting playtime. So it's like a double whammy, and Web3 is complicated.
Yeah, but now he's Jesus. It'd be enough not to take shower, let's say, for 3 weeks.
But I don't want to take showers sometimes. Like, what if I just want to play StarHeroes?
No, but that's a good thing,
okay.
you know. The 3 weeks is something good because first season were a couple of months, and you know it was like only grinding. You know, the people that won, they played for like 12 hours. So I really like the 3 weeks on, take some showers, play again. You know, that's good.
Correct.
All right. I mean, that's why we have 9 to 5s. You know, we get out of work and then next day we're on there. I don't know when the last time we got a break was. We're in crypto. Like this is the culture. This is the culture slayer. You know how it is.
Yes.
That's it. Okay, so maybe something about our plans on how to attract new players. We got a comment from Roberto saying that we all know that the game is pretty good. Yeah, we do. The important thing is to attract new players. And we got some plans for it. One plan is about the Web2 expansion. What does it mean in practice? That in 3 days, we're going to be at one of the biggest gaming events in Central Europe. And there we are announcing Royson, one of the biggest local regional streamers of CSGO.
Can we show him on the screen?
Yeah, definitely.
I want to see his face. Yeah.
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 The beautiful face.
You can also show it if you want. I can give you the
I
power.
I can tap in. Don't worry. I've been practicing my entire life for middle school computer science. Actually typed it like 200 words per minute. So hold on. I'm going.
3, 2.
Okay,
1.
you guys can see?
No.
All right, now show him.
There we go.
Yep.
Do your thing.
How many subscribers does he have? I can't.
He's got 1.65 mil.
Yeah.
So 5,000 videos. I mean, I've never watched him. Listen, I watch English videos all day. That's what I do. But it seems like he's been streaming for a long time. Silent Hill, Delta Force. So what's the relation here with StarHeroes?
Yeah, it's super funny because he's a good friend of one of our colleagues from the dev team. They are like really good friends. So it's basically like having a friend who wants to support you with all his heart. It's not just, it's a game. Fair. And he's very, and that's why we built a kind of nice relationship right now. And he's gonna like promote us right now already. He started, if you go to community, he posted about us on all of his socials. It's quite big. It's actually on YouTube, but also on Facebook. He's got like 500,000 followers. I'm not even saying that to brag, but I just want to tell you that this is some outreach. And even if we find 1,000 players that jump into StarHeroes and try to play it, it's just one streamer, one friend of ours, one event, and it's a lot. And by the way, guys, that's another alpha today. We popped up on the Epic Store. So you can add StarHeroes to your wish list. So this is one step forward towards attracting new players, as Roberto was suggesting. And this guy is going to be there. We're going to have some tournaments, contests with him. You'll be able to play. He's Polish and mostly known in here. But he's a guy that when he's appearing at the gaming conference, he's like a real life KOL, you know. He attracts people. You can take a photo with him. You can talk. I think that I'll be there too. I'll come up with some crazy shit too.
Okay, all vibes.
Let's see if he's such a nice guy, you know.
You're gonna fanboy. You're gonna fanboy. It's all good.
Oh, okay. I'm ready for a lot, man, to make StarHeroes great again. So I can't even be.
So you said it was on Epic?
Sorry?
Yeah, Epic.
The game's on Epic Games now.
Yeah. You can add it to. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
So will the second season be playable via Epic?
Not right now, but it's on the roadmap to have it
Okay.
playable during season 1. That's a big alpha. I think for for everyone. And yeah, I can't wait to see that there. But it started already today. I'm wondering how many people actually added us to the wish list, and we'll see after the conference too, because we really, took it seriously. It's not like, let's let people play. There are tournaments, there are like leaflets or brochures, whatever you call it, contests, QR codes, like everything is well thought of to funnel it down to try StarHeroes. But for now, it will be available only at the on the GameSwift launcher. So that's one part of it. Another thing, Jesus, you mentioned this big tournament that we were raising for, and actually one of the warm-up tournaments for this league is going to happen at this tournament too, at this event, the gaming conference. What's important is that this is like an ace in our sleeve that we have, because we still didn't touch these funds. I mean, we didn't spend anything because we did touch, because DAO decided to use it for other purposes.
Fair.
To actually farm airdrops of Linea, for example, because that's the point. Everybody was screaming, do the tournament, one big event, and this will make StarHeroes great again. Yes, but spending it at once. But everybody that we were talking to from Web 2 and Web 3 were saying, guys, this is a sell the news event. You organize it once. And after that, you're maybe not done, but it's like...
you wasted all your firepower, man.
Yeah.
It's like...
It's 60 good seconds.
Yeah, it's like jerking off before the best sex ever, I would put it this way.
That's exactly what it is.
So we decided to keep it slow, and in the meantime, we have the funds, so like farming airdrops without any risks included, like Linea and Scroll, that was the decision that our DAO made. So these funds are working, and of course, they are still there, and they will be used for the promotion of the league that StarHeroes is going to organize. And it's actually starting, like the warm-up tournaments will be in a couple of days in Poznan. And then in season 3, our plan is to go full like esports league. So that's our sex.
So are people going to like be making their own teams and having to apply to be on the league, or they're just going to spam and then the top teams end up entering the league?
Yeah, there's a couple of ideas. We still have time. We want to see how it rolls out, but possibly we would have tiers, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, depending on the skill of the players. We would have some qualifiers for that, because you could see in season 1 that there are guys that are super skilled, and there would be no point of them fighting against myself.
Okay.
Because this is really bad, when you play against them.
I know. They do some little swirlies. It's pretty cool. I saw Mr. Dorito playing it. He's absolutely cracked at this game. It's crazy.
The Dorito is good, but there are better ones.
Oh, okay. Call out.
Yeah.
Call him out. Okay, that's cool.
What was the name in the creator tournament? L something. Jacob. The guy was also in the Creator Cup. He was good. Let me check. Let me try to find him. Okay, go.
Yeah. Okay, so you're right now screaming our epic games. So let's.
Yeah, I've been doing that for like the past 10 minutes.
Man,
I'm getting through right now. Everybody needs to wishlist this game. This thing needs to hit top 10. If it doesn't hit top 10, I don't know what we're doing.
Everybody right now, how many viewers do we have at the moment?
Smash the wishlist button.
Man,
Epic.
just fight Slayer, Jesus, Lucas. We got almost 500 viewers.
Yeah, tell them
That's
right
a lot
now.
of guys. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Whitelist.
hello.
Tell them to
I thought
wishlist
that
it.
we
Hurry
were
up.
just talking to each other, guys.
Yeah, there's 500 people just watching us talking to each other.
Look, we've got a question from Roberto here. He says, Professore, any news regarding the map shards?
Yeah, map shards are. This is something that we wanted to connect with this idea of expansion to Web 2. So actually, map shards are connected with the tournament, and as for now, we haven't organized any tournaments yet. So this is something that a full clarification on this will be known quite soon after the PGA conference, which is starting this week. So you guys will know more about our strategy on expansion to Web 2, about our tournaments, our league, and also about minting of map shards, which are closely connected to it.
You got no alpha from. You're not going to spill anything. Just give him a little bit of a cookie crumb.
Regarding map shards, we have done a lot because we have provided 2 airdrops to map shard holders, but they haven't been, minted yet. So that's why people are still asking about them. But anyway, we think that the map shards itself, the campaign was very successful. People were happy with participating in that because the airdrop was very, very huge. And now just the utility of map shards takes time because we are still in the process of organizing the league and esports tournament. But this is something which will be revealed quite soon. I don't want to burn the news because the conference is just starting in a couple of days.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Where's this conference? Is it what, Central Europe or something like that? Like, what's this big conference? Is it the biggest conference in Europe, or?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest because.
Are we gonna have a big booth?
It's gonna be huge. There will be huge. A couple of tournaments there, LAN tournaments offline, and there are around 60,000 participants of this conference. So it is huge. It's one of the biggest. I'm not gonna say it's the biggest because I believe Gamescom is probably biggest, but still, this one is huge, and it's here in Poznań, Poland. So I invite you guys if you want to come. I know that Slayer likes to come to Poland.
Yeah, he does. It goes really hard over there, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember him a couple of weeks ago. Guys, there are different levels of tolerance to alcohol. And in Poland, and let's say Central Eastern Europe, people have a high tolerance, let's say, high resistance. And maybe
they're just drinking all day, man. They've got something wrong with them. They're depressed. That's what I think is happening.
No.
Do we look depressed?
I don't know, man. No comment. Bro's drinking 3 fucking bottles every day.
We drink all the time. So
all right. So share with us. So you said there weren't any more Star Airdrops season 2. So how are we going to fix the token? How are we fixing this token? Because apparently we're supposed to be burning things. Is it because of the partnered communities? Are we getting a percentage of those tokens? What's going on there? How do we make everybody happy that's currently here?
Yeah, the game itself generates revenue. It also requires people to spend, Star token. So during the first season, people have spent in total, let's say 2.5 million of tokens for hero duty missions. Another thing is that we have bought back over 2 million tokens. So this is another 2 million tokens. So in total, 4.5 million. And also people spent Star to mint heroes NFTs, and that's over 5 million tokens, So in total, I would say that around 10 million of Star were already consumed by the game. And during the second season itself, around half of it. So, this is a great number when you take into account that there are around 70 million of Star tokens circulating right now. So if you, subtract 10 million tokens out of 17 circulating, that might show you that
it's a bullish number.
The system itself is quite good. Just, the problem is the market conditions.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
a big difference with the star token is that, you know, with the other games you see the supply rising, and the idea of the star token is that the supply is decreasing, right? With all the burns and stuff happening. So I think that's a big difference with other games. So you guys do something different there.
Yeah, I believe, like, in the long term, it's quite healthy. Especially right now, we will be introducing, new tokens as rewards. So no star token anymore, possible to earn in the new season. So this way, we will not dilute the token anymore, and that's very important in the long run.
Had a super special guest there. It was crazy. All right, so for the community, how does the community get involved other than playing the game? Are they going to start making TikToks about Star Heroes doing 360 no scopes? Like, what's going on with the community? How are we going to activate them? How are we going to give them
me,
love?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are we gonna give them love? So first of all, man, game nights. This is what's gonna start with the start of season 2. Maybe it's simple, but it's efficient because people love to game together. And these game nights is something that Slayer is even more into. There will be every Thursday game night with Star Heroes and a good Web 2 game or some bullish Web 3 game. And this is one thing. We're also going to activate them through a social fi campaign and with quite pretty nice tasks. But one thing is activating our community that we already have and appreciate a lot, and they will be grinding Star Heroes because they also like it, and for the new rewards that is out there. But we had to think of how to bring new people into the project, so that's why we are right now looking for like partnering with other nice games and ecosystems. Can I reveal the names right now? Maybe not yet, but there's a couple of good titles that we already announced partnerships with, like Wilder World, or we had a game nights with Nyan Heroes, with Paravox, and we want to do it a win-win situation too, like not leech onto each other, but really, guys, come to our Discord, play, see, we got these people who are really grinders. And you saw it, Jesus, yourself. You said you met those Polish crazy bastards.
Yeah, I mean, I work with them, man. I know the fucking crazy bastards milking all the prize pools, of course.
Yeah, and
so
we
guerrilla
got
marketing
them.
is mostly what you're doing. The low-key marketing. You just cross-collaborating communities. Kind of chilling
and also
until your big announcement.
Yeah, another important thing is, I think, the ambassador program. We had a separate one at GameSwift and Star Heroes, and we decided to merge it. GameSwift is also big ecosystem. It's our mommy, and the puppet is coming back to mommy to join forces and then go on with the really hardcore incest. Meaning that's going too far, but I'm trying. I'm making it like a stand-up. But the point is that we're really joining forces, joining communities, and ambassadors that promote both, like you, Slayer. But you're like the perfect example because you like playing, you like GameSwift, you like Star Heroes. You also actually grew together with us, and this is also something that we want to offer to people. Like I remember when you were starting, you had to really, like, you were starting basically low numbers, and then it grew into something like who you are right now. Look, you're above Jesus, at least on my screen.
We have the 1v1. Yeah. You can't question my honor like that.
Yeah, that's how you make it. And I'm about Lucas Professor, who was always smarter.
Slayer's a great example of how to make it in the space, for sure.
Yeah, so that's another thing, community. Maybe you have some other suggestions, Jesus, on what you would propose to do apart from collabing with other games, ambassadors, social fight campaign with tasks that motivate people to create content and stuff, which is already happening.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most cost-effective way to make a user acquisition campaign at Web3. So, like, if that's what you're going for, you pretty much got it.
What would you advise? What would you say? What's the thing to do? What would you do if you were in Jacob's shoes?
I mean, I would need to know a lot more information and context surrounding their company in private, most likely. So that's like an advisory thing. But yeah, I would say right now it's just you need to refresh your community. Like we had the 9 Heroes airdrop, and that was like absolutely insane. And then that game, for the most part, had a big drop off. You can't continue to have these big prize pools. You need to have more a more gameplay centric approach. There's a reason Off the Grid took off the way it did. They had tons of money raised, so they spent a bunch of money on the Web2 creators, and then Web3 creators kind of came along as well, got a lot of that upside. So it's complicated, but I mean, it's a lot of connections, a lot about connections, who you know, who you can network with, and also timing campaigns with a specific spend with people that collaborate well together. It's simple but complicated at the same time.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. And there is this Web2 aspect to all of it. Meaning
There has
that
to be a Web2 aspect.
New players, it doesn't have to be Web3 players. There are also Web2 players who, if they like the game, will also spend some money, and we use this revenue to support the token, as Lucas was explaining. Whether it will work, I cannot tell. But what I'm sure of now is that we got this really big, pretty big content creator as our ambassador. That will be there. We will invite people to play. He will do it. We are right now also implementing the fiat payment gateway into StarHeroes so that you'll be able to buy G-Bucks, the premium currency by GameSwift, with your fiat. So basically, everybody is talking about this seamless onboarding. Okay, we're gonna have it right now in Season 2. So then you'll be able to play through Epic. Let's see. I think that if we didn't try, that's it. We're all pioneers in here, and we decided to pioneer. The question is whether it's you're big enough to do it. Off the Grid right now did it, as you said, with 100 million bucks that they raised, something like that. And nevertheless, man, the hype is a little bit gone afterwards. And we will do it step by step, baby steps. Maybe it's even good that we're in this region right now in Poland. It's a huge gaming cup, hundreds of thousands of players. Also Germany, Czechia, all of these countries, Ukraine. All of these guys love grinding hard. So let's do it. And the costs, by the way, are all in Web2 marketing. If you do it right and you don't hit the American streamers, are also way lower, man. It's like 4 times. So let's be honest in here. We have the funds to do it, and we wanna try it. And there's one more thing I wanted to mention. Last summer we were at the gaming camp. It was organized by Pasha. It is even bigger than Royston in terms of followers. Actually, we still have to post some content about it. Pasha Biceps. Do you know this?
Yeah, of course I know Pasha Biceps. CS:GO God.
Yeah, and this god, man, he had a gaming camp, and at this camp, StarHeroes was played. So we had a tournament with the prize pool, quite a big one. It was like a couple of $10,000, something like that. And it was super interesting to see how in the beginning guys were, okay, some game looks interesting, but doesn't look like, I don't know, like a AAA, whatever. I also like to be honest about this. This is an indie game, but it's got something special, something unique. But then, man, I wasn't there, but I saw videos of people taking notes, analyzing the stats, weapons, tactics, strategies during this camp that lasted for like a couple of days. And these were guys who were all semi-professional grinders or players. And it also made us feel like there's really something to it. It's an esports gem. Let's try. Let's do it. And this is where we're going right now. So new players might also come from there. Oh, that was a long monologue, but I got a good flow today.
It's all good. You're spitting.
But yeah, but what you say is right. It's an indie game, and you cannot compare it with Off the Grid. Off the Grid came in hard. They're building the next big battle royale game. So you really can't compare StarHeroes with Off the Grid. So I think you guys, with what you guys doing is pretty good, especially focusing on the esports and the tournaments and stuff. I mean, that's where the game is meant to be, as an esports game. So yeah.
What game would you compare it to if you had to compare it to a game? Who's your competition?
That's a good one. I'm not sure. You, Jacob?
That's the thing, guys, that actually, on the one hand, it's every shooter that is out there. On the other hand, we don't have a competition because there's never been a game that was a multiplayer space shooter crafted for esports. Like, you won't find a game like that. There were games like Everspace or Star Wars Squadrons. I said Battlefront before. Sorry, slip of the tongue. But these games were different. They were, I would say, more boring, and they were definitely that fast, dynamic, and
Not as high
immersive.
octane. Yeah.
Yeah, I watch high octane. That's a phrase that I learned from ChatGPT recently.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm
So
obsessed with that term.
yeah, and there's not a single game like that in Web 3 and Web 2, which makes me proud a lot, and which, because if that was just another shooter, even a good one, like, what could we offer to those Epic Games players? They would see that, okay, it's a nice shooter, goodbye. And here at least we have this advantage. Let's use it. Let's try, but not shell the whole budget, everything into
Jacob.
one big tournament. Yeah.
Something else came into my mind. I've seen it like quite a lot that you guys are backed by Microsoft, right? What does this mean? I mean, I haven't heard a lot recently about it, but is Microsoft gonna come in at one point and help you guys, or how is this partnership looking?
Yeah, we got some connections, and we got into talks with Microsoft Azure. So they are providing infrastructure for multiplayer games, basically. So they gave us like a grant and credits to use their infrastructure. We also got in touch with some experts from other studios that are collaborating with them. It's not like they invested $1 million and there we are back. But the fact is that we were, as far as I know, the first Web3 game that got their support. And it was a nice marketing leverage too to use it, because it's a fact. These guys wanted to work with us.
True.
So yeah, we were using PlayFab afterwards. Until now we are, for this multiplayer solutions, and the credits for the experts, I guess, are over already. We are experts right now. Actually, speaking of experts, guys, it's been already 40 minutes more than. Do you want to see what the game looks like right now?
Of course.
New changes,
Yeah.
new map.
You give us the changes.
Yeah.
Did you
So
also,
yeah,
did you also say a new game mode or only a new map?
yeah, it's a new map. There are also some very good
It's on the
add-ons,
Games
like,
with launcher, right?
yeah, games with launcher. Yarek is saying, no, but right now you won't play it. Yarek needs to
Oh,
screen
okay.
it.
Never mind.
The question is whether this one-eyed master of death can screen anything right now in stream.
I'll
Can
try
you,
to.
Yarek?
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
What's up?
So I'm on my mobile net actually, so hopefully I'll be able to stream, and the quality will be just decent.
Okay.
So yeah, first things first, I want to just to say a few words. Like a few months have passed since like season 1. And yeah, I want to say, like, we learned a lot from season 1, and the whole dev team, like, we were cooking for a few months, and I'm like, yeah, really proud to say I think like the game matured, and I'm confident like it's in the best shape it ever was. So yeah, looking forward to season 2 start. Yeah, so let me start the screen share.
Let's see. Maybe we'll become a mobile game today. Something that many
Let me
would
know
like to
if
see.
that's okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, looks good.
Looks good. Okay, so this is a build that has some of the features disabled. It's just a demo build, but I'll be able to show some of the stuff here. And yeah, first things first. Like the main thing like is the of course the leaderboard mechanics. So
Yeah, it's a space specialist thing you've got, right? Top left.
Yeah, specialist is the rank that I have. So this will be like the main let's say feature of this leaderboard. So you climb the ranks, you by playing the games, this is directly related to items. So that's a new thing that's coming in season 2. So the items are just basically, sorry for that, and the account is empty, unfortunately. So waiting for season 2 start. So we all start on the same level. But you'll be earning items during the matches. So those are crucial for climbing up the ranks. And also they have like a variety of effects. You can see like there's quite a few different types of items, and you can use them and interact with them, like upgrading the items. You can sell them, but mainly, of course, you equip them on your spaceship, so that let you customize the spaceship. And you have 6 slots for like defensive modules, offensive modules, and some like utility modules. So they have like a variety of effects, something like health steal when you deal damage, for example, or like bonus to income. So yeah, this lets you like customize your playstyle to suit the suit your playstyle. So that's the main mechanic, and also it's related to the core of the leaderboard. So you'll be gaining those items. You will climb the mastery ranks. You will increase your odds to find better rarity items. So that's I think most of the gamers are familiar with those, like RPG, perhaps RPG mechanics.
Jurk,
Yeah.
Jurk, are those items on chain or?
No.
No,
So that's
They're not on chain. Come on.
We'll see how this develops. Like those items for now are the core of the season 2 mechanics, and like we'll see how we develop that in the future. For
So
now,
they're like ruins in League of Legends back in the
let's
day.
say, yeah. So you can equip them on the spaceship. This is directly related to progressing in the leaderboard, and this is locked to a chapter. So after this, like after the first 2 chapters, like the whole progress is reset. So players can jump in on and join the leaderboard climb in another chapter. So I think Lucas explained the mechanics here, and we'll yet see. Like there are some plans, but I don't want to spoil anything and misinform you on how this will function in the future after the season 2 ends. And we definitely invested a lot of time in that system, and we'll see like it expanded or developed further in the future. So like back to seasonal mechanics. So like what we wanted, like the goal was, because like you mentioned in season 1, the player burnout was an issue, and we learned a lot. The season was long, so right now we have those chapters that last 3 weeks. There's a week break, so you don't have to participate in all the chapters, and you get this break. But also you won't be forced to play like 11 hours. Of course you can, and like we would like to see players enjoying the game but not getting exhausted by it, right? So right now the mechanics are like the goal was to have the players, of course they need to put some effort to climb the leaderboard, but it's limited to a number of matches that for sure won't be like requiring 11 hours of commitment. So that's one thing. Other than that, there's also like Slayer, you asked about this, like what happens, like the issue you had when you like dropped out for a few days. So we also have to remember there are like the other pillars of the game. I mean the duty app and the social pillar. So this like also allows you to engage and progress without actually directly playing, but of course the optimal way would be to use all three of those pillars to progress in the game. What else? So I
Gameplay.
mentioned-
Show us, show us something else, man.
Give
Show
us
something
some
else. Okay,
juice.
okay. So let me think. So yeah, the like important thing, of course, that we added, I'll show on the new map, but the important thing that we added is like, even here it's a custom lobby, but when you will be joining the game through matchmaking, there will be this new phase that's before the match. That's a team draft phase where players will.
Yeah.
It has a few functions, so that's quite a big addition, because right now, like when you were joining via matchmaking, you had the ship you chose before, and you wouldn't know, like, if you ended up in a game with 3 shooters, stuff like that. So right now we're adding this new phase, which is team draft, where players are choosing the ships. There's also a limitation that only 2 classes, for now, only 2 classes are allowed of the same, like 2 ships of the same class in the team. So that it's like quite a big change, because it was a bit of a struggle for us to balance the game, in mind that you always can have the 3 shooters and stuff like that. So once the players chose their ships, there's this nice view of the map in the background with the ships. So that's also something that we wanted to add, because it adds an opportunity to flex you with your ships, with your customizations that you have on your ships, the skins that you used. And yeah, that's something we were lacking. The ships weren't that exposed earlier, so that's a nice addition. So yeah, you can see the new map here. That it has a new, it has a different feel from the other maps. It's a bit bigger, and it's kind of like a wreckage in the middle of the map, like a space battle.
Yeah, you gotta stop, because it's lagging, man.
It's lagging.
Yeah,
It's
it's
3
lagging really
FPS.
hard.
Okay, sorry.
Don't move too much. Make it gentle.
Okay, so anyway, I'll not move. So this map, it's a bit challenging, but what I like about it is, like, there's a lot of those tiny spaces, tunnels. Every time you fly into some space, there's a number of exits, and it's easy to avoid, to escape other players. So it's nice for maneuvering here. So that's with having the fourth map, this is adding some change, because 3 maps is, let's say, pretty boring to play all the time on the 3 maps. But mentioning the 3 maps, there were a number of changes on them also, with some impact on the gameplay. So stuff like on Degens Arena, you were able to shoot at the ball from your safe space, which, like, everybody hated that. So stuff
Move
like
a bit.
that.
Now move a bit. Show something
Now move
else. Yeah.
I'm not the best swimmer. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, stuff like the old maps got some love also and attention. So there are some changes there. What else?
Pinks. The pink system.
The ping system, yeah, of course. The ping system is something that we added, like, for players that play on, like, random teams. It was important to improve the communication with the players, so that you can synchronize your actions or just communicate what you're doing quickly. So instead of using chat, which isn't very useful in a dynamic game like ours, you can right now ping on, like, with one keyboard press, that lets the whole team know that you're focusing this player, or you're focusing the ball. So yeah, that's a small addition, but it should help with communication. And it's
I see a
useful.
mini map left.
Yeah.
That's new,
Sorry?
right? It wasn't
The
the
minimap?
minimap wasn't there. Yeah, it's new.
It's actually like it was there. It's not very useful, to be honest. Like we had some ideas of how to maybe make it more useful. Yeah, the minimap was there, but I'm not surprised you didn't notice it, to be honest. So what else? Like in terms of gameplay and in Star Push, we have like new effects on the anomalies. The balls provide some new effects. So earlier we had only 3. Right now it's 7 different effects that, for example, reduce the cooldown of your skills and what else?
For those of you who don't know what the anomaly is actually, because we usually the game that is ranked, this is the star push mode, and what does it mean? There is a big black ball in the middle of the map that you gotta push towards the enemy's portal, and you
That's cool.
push it by shooting at it. There's like one path that it follows, and once you score an anomaly, you get a buff. And there is the final one after 10 minutes of gameplay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, right now, I'm because there can be overtime, of course. But and the final one is the ultimate one. So no matter how many you scored before, if you scored the final one, which is called Star Push, then you win. But it's super difficult because the previous ones, anomalies that spawn and respawn on the map, they give you a lot of buffs. So the more you score, the more flexed you are. And goodbye to your enemies.
There's like
so you get buffs.
The buffs aren't like crucial for winning, but I mean, obviously they buff the team. But the last ball, the star seed, is the one that decides if you win or lose. And as for the buffs, you might as well decide this. For example, this one that lets you respawn a bit earlier isn't that important for you, and maybe let the other team focus on this buff while you farm and gather stardust on the map. It just adds some tactical depth to the game, and depending on the kind of or type of the buff that spawns, you can decide what to do.
Yeah.
What else? There's some of course changes in the weapons, so new balance of the weapons. Some weapons are reworked, like for example the pulse. Right now it's quite powerful. I'm not sure if with the lagging that
5 CPS. Sure.
Very gentle
right now.
It's a shame because my fiber internet is like should be here in 10 days, but yeah. Anyways, there's like a lot of polish in terms of like the UI and the weapons. For example, the pulse cannon is a weapon that you charge up, and then depending on how long you charge it up, it shoots and deals more damage.
Jarek, which one is the OP weapon?
You'll need to find out. I'm not even sure. I like the pulse right now because I like playing support and blinking towards the enemy and using pulse to deal a lot of damage and fly away. So that's one of the stronger, I think. But Proton, I guess, the old good Proton that I think was the classic.
The laser.
The laser also, but the laser is the most useful for pushing the balls.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Proton I think is a good choice still. So there's some like gameplay changes that I think people will like for example the containers that right now also heal you. So that's a small addition that makes it more worth to pursue them. And like one of the biggest, I think, changes we did, and the biggest improvement to the flight system is handling the collisions differently, because I think like that was the major issue we had with our flight system. Otherwise, it worked great, but up till now, it was really frustrating when you were crashing with a wall and your camera got crazy and the ship got crazy. But right now, it's
seems fine.
Yeah, with most of the like collisions, I mean, if you try hard, it's still going to hit you, but most of the time it's just, you know, you fly smoothly. So that has a great feel and like fixes the, I think, the biggest issue players had with our flight mechanics. So yeah, we're really proud about this one. Yeah, what's exciting also, like there's a lot of polish added. We, for example, have like a special for each map has its own like music clip. So that's great. I like some of them. I think will bring a lot of emotions and are quite original.
Yeah, I'm actually more of a musician than a gamer myself. In my life, I spend way more time making music than playing games, even though I love both. But I have to tell you that the OST for the Degens Arena, this is beautiful, guys. This is like this is the Hans Zimmer level. What I heard, it gave it
true.
so much
It's-
feel.
it's-
Loved
it's-
it. Yeah,
it's
Jarek, you know which
crazy.
one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, of course. It's crazy. It's original.
It's
I can't wait till like the players can hear it. So
Yeah.
and yeah, I think I'll be wrapping up, but I think that's most of the changes. Of course, we did a ton of like micro optimizations and looking into performance issues and what we can polish. So like I said, like I'm really proud with the quality that we're going to deliver with season 2. Yeah, I think that's it from my side, unless you have some questions.
Do we have any questions? Jesus Slayer. Maybe Lucas, who's hiding in the.
I'm just ready to play the
place.
game, man. I'm ready for season 2.
Yeah. I'm looking
What
for
can we make it happen?
you all guys in space.
Win.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
stop my stream here.
So
And you
yeah,
were one of you were one of the first devs in the StarHeroes. Were you there from the beginning?
Yeah,
Or?
actually, like to be honest, I have to say the whole thing I kind of started with me
Oh.
sometime 6 years ago when I started to develop the flying mechanics. We had this idea of you know, doing our side project, and this turned out to the game. So yeah, I don't know. I'm really awesome. It's awesome to see how this developed into a full-fledged game, and where are we now? From, you know, a passion project that started in like, let's say, my basement.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah, your baby.
yeah, that's true, and it's awesome. Like the whole team, the whole, you know, all the things that happen. Yeah, it's awesome.
the best things start in the basement. Remember, guys.
Yeah.
They all start in the basement for sure. We stay in the basement though. We stay.
Just stay there. Just stay there because you're gonna become rich and. Yeah, but that's true. The best businesses started in the basement or in garages, right? That's the word, English word for that.
Yeah, you
Place
got
where
it. You
you-
got it. Garage.
Garage. Okay. In French, it's garage. Anyways, guys, I think that we've been through all of the most important things we wanted to share with you. We are already working also on season 3, and especially the league that we were talking about, making part of this bigger decentralized tournament is our big plan for season 3. But it's also been 1 hour right now, so I think we could slowly wrap it up. Especially since Jesus, you're not jet lagged actually, because it's the
It's
same.
not too
more or
bad.
less
I
the
slept
same
for like
times.
5 hours. It's the same
Yeah,
time
man,
zone
5
practically.
hours. 5 hours. Okay, it's bad, but not too bad. Depending on how many days in a row you slept for 5 hours. Was it the whole conference like that?
Pretty
Usually it
much.
is.
Yeah, I was really busy.
Yeah, but that's life. Everyone thinks that conferences it's the easiest part, and actually it's the most difficult part of the life of
Facts.
a BD or a KOL. So, should I start with the wrap up, or maybe not? You've been silent for quite a time, Jesus. If you have something to say, I can see those clouds of thoughts accumulating. Now the knee, you're gonna explode, man.
Yeah, dude,
What a-
like I mean overall, like it's just about waiting for the thing to launch and then breaking it a couple times and then going and pivoting to a different strategy. It's always the same with games, right? So it's at the end of the day, we
No.
just need to see the product. We want to see the changes and we want to play it. We want to break it always. Gamers love breaking things. So
And
hopefully that
that's
comes soon. It seems like it is. There's that, big event that's happening next week, I think it was. So hopefully it doesn't last too long and we'll actually be able to play this game pretty soon. And of course start wrecking noobs again.
Oh yeah, and that's an important point, guys. Season 2 is coming. We're going to announce the date of the launch very soon. There's also the social fight campaign that's attached to it, and StarHeroes is launching on Epic Games soon. But before, if you want to play it, you can go to Poznan, the gaming arena and one of the biggest gaming expos in Central Europe. This weekend we'll be there with our big ass ambassador and with our booth where you can try it out already now. Big things are coming. I think the biggest announcement is what the reward is for everyone in here. It's not Star Token anymore. No, ain't Star Token no more. From now on, every season we'll have a new reward from games that are partnering with us or projects that are partnering with us, currently building and want to enter the world of StarHeroes and GameSwift. So this is what you will be able to earn both in each of the chapters of Season 1 and also in the Social Fight campaign. This will start a little bit later, and I can tell you it's a matter of days. That's it from me, because I have inclination to speak too much, too long, and I'm more like your student, man. Jesus, you're one of the best streamers. Like, you got this thing, you know.
It's my
You're
job,
like
man. You kind of have to be good at it, or you go
But
homeless. So
do you think I could do it too? But
I
maybe
believe all mankind can 100% seek intelligence and knowledge and conquer anything they set their mind to. But of course, like, it takes time. It's a skill. You have to acquire it over time.
yeah,
I believe there's a couple of things that would definitely change. We could talk about it later, and we'll make it better than ever.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Good feedback is always valuable. Slayer, what do you think? What are you slaying? Or
What am I
smashing?
slaying? Yeah,
Slay,
like
always.
Jesus said, I'm ready for Season 2. I want to get my hands on the new build. I've played in Season 1. Did you play Jesus in Season 1?
Yep. I was
Yeah.
playing with Mr. Dorito.
Ah, got it. Yeah, so
And
yeah,
of course,
I'm
he's
ready.
a noob.
I'm ready. So that's it from my side.
That's it. That wasn't too long, man. That's too long. That's too short. Yeah, I just wanted to also say big thanks to all of our viewers right now, because we have 742 people that are watching us. Maybe for such big personalities as Jesus, this is nothing. But we appreciate each of them. Like, really, we welcome you in our world and want you to try StarHeroes. We have built a game that it's something special, and everyone that plays it says it. So if you haven't tried it, I think this is a good time to do it. Not now, but in a couple of days, weeks. It's happening very, very soon. Then we had the Yarek with us, the dev that's been building this competitive shooter from the very, very beginning. He's hiding behind white whatever circle, but he's a really bright mind. Thank you, Yarek, for showing us what has changed in the game. And I have to share one more thing with all of you guys. Today we have posted our roadmap where we explain at a general level and more in detail where we are and what our plans are. So if you go to our Twitter right now, you can check this out. But before, I just also wanted to say a big shout out to our sponsors at the PGA Gaming Conference, Steel Series. This is actually a big fish in the world of gaming, and these guys are providing their stuff, their gear as rewards for the contests, of course, at StarHeroes. So you can win some of their nice gear already this weekend in Poznań. And the roadmap post that I mentioned is right over here. I also recommend you to see this video, man. I love the stuff that our graphic designer does, and shout out to him too, because this is just beautiful. It looks like a trailer of
Looks sick.
It really looks sick, man. So I know it's just 59 seconds.
You could rave to this thing.
Look at it, man. These engines. And this basically sums up the main point of where we are. So new reward, more and more of star burning, no more star as rewards, game to expansion. Look how it's hitting the earth. Yeah, it's not hitting it. It's flying towards it, and where it lands in a big arena of season 2. It's chapter 1. There will be 3 of them. Each of them is your chance to win. And if you want to read more, just please head to our Medium article, and here you get everything written in detail. Detail. Oh, I hope that once we'll see such a thing. Such a
I believe.
room of people playing. I believe I can fly. And finally, I kept you waiting. Thank you, Lucas. You're the emperor, the big brain behind all of this. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Any
Thank
final
you,
words from you?
Yeah, guys, I'm very excited about the PGA conference because, as you have mentioned, we have a huge sponsor for that event, SteelSeries, one of the biggest, I believe, companies which produces, accessories like gaming keyboards, mice, etc. So this is like a big sponsor, and I'm happy that StarHeroes is collaborating with such huge brands. Because this is like a Web2 company, right? So this is a huge achievement for StarHeroes to actually have a sponsor like that.
Yeah,
Shout
and
out
once
to
again,
Series. I use your keyboard.
Shout
Let's
out to
fucking go.
Yeah, that's their
Chill
keyboard.
down a little bit. Their product.
Chill it.
Yeah, I also have something. Wait. Oh, here. Yeah, it's
Yo,
great.
when are we getting custom keys for StarHeroes? You got to start giving those out in events.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, and this is what yet another step. We had Microsoft that wanted to help us, support us with the building multiplayer infrastructure. Now we got Series. It's happening step by step. It won't happen overnight. Like all of the grid is making huge steps. We are making maybe smaller, but you need to have a direction.
You have confidence. You're making
really
giga
hope.
steps, okay? Like you're doing great. You're doing great in your own realm.
What do you think? Yeah, I'm just realistic, man. I'm super excited about what's going to happen. Of course, it's NFA always, but it is actually happening. It's not blah blah. The game is amazing. The game's upgraded. The game is cool, and right now we're going to have hundreds of people playing it and adding it to wish lists on Epic. So LFG, yeah, that's the way to go, I guess.
There you go.
Let's
go. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. We're the pioneers, the Wild West, man.
That's the spirit, Jacob.
That's the spirit. Okay, so with that said, and shout out to Luke Berkefeld, our good friend who's always been supporting us. Luke just wrote, "What's up, guys?" Nothing, man. It's over. You're late. Thank you, everyone. We can wrap it up, or actually right now just shut it down. Sekal, thanks to you too for moderating all of this in the backstage.